All right. Good evening and welcome to this special edition of the WIdiots tournament time. Going to be getting into a little bit here, but nothing crazy. I, as always, am CMC. That guy over there dabbing away is MCKD in his special underground bunker that's well lit for some reason.
Well, there's lights over here. There's lights over here at this place, unlike my house. Dungeon, Corey. Dungeon. Hit me with it, Corey. What do we got? What are we talking about?
All right. So first up, we're going to get into the NCAA men's tournament. The brackets have been put together already. Everything was released at about 5:35 Central Standard Time. So we're just going to go quadrant by quadrant here and kind of go over the matchups and see who's who and what's what and what we think the Final Four might look like. So first out of the chutes, we have I think it's the East bracket.
Yeah, Duke.
Yep, Duke is the number 1 overall.
Fuck them.
They are going against number 16 Siena. There is only one instance in recent history where a 16 seed took down a 1 seed.
Isn't there 2? Didn't Purdue lose?
I think there were 2. Actually, you're right. I think there were 2.
Yeah.
Needless to say, it doesn't happen very often.
No. I mean, if Duke ever loses as a 1 seed, it would be one of the greatest days of my life. I'm a Tar Heel.
You might get that opportunity.
Tar Heels for life.
Yeah, Duke is currently favored by 27.5, by the way.
You never know.
Next up is the always exciting 8-9 matchup. In this case, we have number 8 Ohio State taking on number 9 TCU. Ohio State opens as a 2.5-point favorite.
I know nothing about. I don't know anything about a lot of college basketball anymore. I just don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter anymore. The tournament time is always really interesting to me. So I will be going on records. I will be going on, mascots. And as of right now, I think a horned frog beats a Buckeye. So
I take that back. Ohio State's favored by 3.5, but yeah, I think that sounds strategy. 8-9 is kind of a toss-up when it comes to picking them. So
yeah.
The next one that's always kind of
before we go on, in that game, the winner would play Duke. So who has a better chance of playing Duke? That's who I want to win.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Duke probably won't make it out of the Sweet 16, so
let's hope. Fuck them. The greatest days in the sports world are, and don't get me wrong, but Duke losing in the tournament trumps the Packers not winning the Super Bowl. For me. Now, I know it's going to upset a lot of people.
The only thing that warms my heart more than the Yankees getting embarrassed at the end of the season and missing the playoffs is Duke losing in basketball.
Yep, that's all that matters. It really is. And quite frankly, I'd be okay if I have to deal with the Packer fans around here, clamoring for a year that they won the Super Bowl, than Duke winning another national title. Fuck Duke.
Exactly.
Fuck Duke. Damn. Anyway, what do we got?
All right. So next up, we have the number 5 seed St. John's going against number 12 Northern Iowa.
That'll be interesting. I know St. John's has got Patino, and he's a fucking damn good coach. They kind of had ups and downs this year. Northern Iowa, I believe, won their tournament.
Yes, they did.
They had what was that? Farouk Madesh or whatever that guy's name was years ago. That had
about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So I mean, St. John's favored by 9.5 right now. I trust good older coaches who have been there before in the college realm to do it again.
Yep.
So
next up is Kansas as a 4 seed going against California Baptist University at number 13.
And you know what? Kansas is right up there with fuck Duke to me. Ever since the Carolina Tar Heels blew that fucking championship game 5 years ago, whatever it was, they're up 15 at half, and for whatever reason, they couldn't fucking hold off Kansas. So fuck Kansas, fuck Bill Self. I'm not interested in them either. But at the same time, if the Sweet 16 is Duke versus Kansas, I will happily root for Kansas. But again, fuck them both. And California Baptist, I mean, you and me might as well go suit up for them, right? Stop it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd have to get up on your shoulders to be an acceptable height, but
Oh, no, Corey, you can be the point guard. Just be the point guard.
well, I'm probably better off passing than I am shooting. So, yeah, that might not be bad.
There we go.
Next up, we have number 6 Louisville versus number 11 South Florida.
Don't know anything about them. I don't know who Louisville's coach is because Pitino left and went to St. John's. Well,
Right.
He got booted out because of allegations, and then a few years later, St. John's hired him, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll look at records later. If not, coin flip and see what a South Florida Bulls versus Louisville Cardinal. Do the math.
Exactly. Louisville, by the way, favored by 6.5.
Yep.
Next up, we have number 3 Michigan State going against number 14 North Dakota State. North Dakota State's more known as a football school, but they do show up in the tournament quite often. I think they've pulled a couple upsets here and there, but currently Michigan State and Tom frickin' Izzo are favored by 16.5.
Yeah, same thing. If this was a football, I'd put money on North Dakota State just to see what the money was.
Yeah.
I don't know if this game's going to matter much. I don't know how good Michigan State is, but again, Tom Izzo's been there for God knows how long. He's won it. He's been there multiple times in the Final Four. That matters. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Next up, we have number 7 UCLA against number 10 Central Florida.
Jesus, are any of them fucking teams any good?
UCLA is okay, but they are currently dealing with injuries, and I think they finished mid-pack in the Big Ten. So
yes, I don't. This is a wash. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean, either one are good. If the guys from UCLA aren't recovered, I mean, good chance UCF pulls off the upset, which that's a safe upset to take, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Next up, we have number 2 UConn going against number 15 Furman. The old Paladins of Furman.
Hey, give me the Huskies. Quite frankly, I will tell you right now, probably going to pick them to get out of that fucking whole bracket. 2-time national champion coach. There might be some players left over if they were freshmen from when they won it all last time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Tested. That university is well known for men's and women's basketball. He'll have his guys ready. What's his nuts? Dan Hurley.
Yeah.
I mean,
the one that looks like Scott Van Pelt. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be ready to play. Don't worry about that.
Yep. And honestly, I would agree with you. I think UConn comes out of that Eastern region. Probably their only real trouble getting there would be maybe Michigan State.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
It's otherwise they might run into a St. John's or something in the regional final.
Could. I mean, Pitino, again, the coach who's been there and done that in college basketball matters. Men's and women's, it fucking matters. So is what it is. Where are we going next, Corey?
Okay, we are going to get into the South region. We have the first of our play-in games here, where number 1 Florida will take on an unknown as a 16 seed. I think it's the matchup between Texas and
Texas.
Shit, I didn't even look.
No. It would have to be UMBC or Howard. Wait, no, it's Prairie View and Lehigh. Lehigh.
Okay.
I mean,
yep.
the play-ins for a 16 seed are a complete and utter fucking joke. They're going to get slayed in the next round anyway.
Pretty much.
Like, I don't understand that. The 11 seed, I don't agree with these play-in bullshit games anyway. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. All they're doing is trying to corral 4 more games into making them a fucking $5 bill. I've had enough of it, but whatever. That's their fucking move.
I'm just more than thrilled that they stopped calling the first 4 the first round.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Florida's the defending champ, right?
Correct.
Okay, so they're the number ones. Yeah, boy. Yeah, they're not. Ooh, Nebraska might be a little interesting, but yeah. Florida, whoever wins.
In all honesty, the South bracket might be one of the tougher ones. Next up, we have number 8 Clemson against number 9 Iowa. Iowa is showing up for the first time in a couple years, and they are favored to beat Clemson by 1.5.
I see that. ACC Big Ten, I don't know how good either team is in basketball. Football would be an interesting matchup. But I don't know nothing about these guys. I'm sure it'll be a coin flip. And the records between 8 and 9 teams are typically very, very, very close. So who the fuck,
Yeah, so next up we have number 5 Vanderbilt, who I think if they didn't win their conference tournament, they wound up finishing second.
Yeah,
I think they were runner-up.
I don't know nothing off the top of my head. They're SEC. SEC is pretty good at basketball too. McNeese State, won their conference.
McNeese was the number 12 coming in.
Yeah.
That game, it looks like Vanderbilt's favored by 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got an interesting one. We have number 4 Nebraska against number 13 Troy. The Trojans of Troy would most likely be a tough matchup for anybody. Nebraska had a hot start to begin this season.
They did.
I think they were like 20-0.
They were like number 3, 2 in the nation, somewhere in there.
Yeah, they were up there. But number 4 seed Nebraska has never won an NCAA tournament game.
Jesus Christ. I think they're going to break that this year. I don't know. Again, I don't know nothing about them, but look, you times it by 4 and they're a 4 seed, so they're no worse than the 16th team in the nation.
Exactly.
So they should win their first round game. Troy is not a powerhouse in anything, but it might be interesting. Who knows? You just never know.
Yeah. Next up's going to be an interesting one. We have the Tar Heels of North Carolina, a number 6 seed, going against number 11 Virginia Commonwealth. Who always makes a statement.
Yep. VCU, ever since Shaka Smart was their coach back in the day, and they went to the Final Four-ish.
Yep.
They've been solid. They will always put up a good matchup against whoever they play in the tournament. But I bleed Tar Heel blue, so you already know who I'm picking. I have no idea. They've got a kid from Wisconsin, Trimble, who's really good at basketball. Really good at basketball. So it's kind of funny when you see all these kids from Wisconsin who are in like upper echelon elite basketball programs.
And they don't go to any of the Wisconsin schools.
No, they don't even. They might go to Marquette, but they will not fucking come to Madison. They won't do it. And Madison's been doing pretty good without them, but at the same time, boy, could you imagine if they had half of what they fucking let go in state?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if they would have had that Tyler Hero kid.
Tyler Hero, there was a few that went to Marquette, the Hauser boys, you name it. What are we doing out there? But again, that's a different discussion for a different day. I'm picking the Tar Heels no matter what. I just hope they show up.
Right. Yeah, favorite at 2.5. That's
Mm.
moderately questionable, but I might take UNC in a pinch there. Next up, we have number 3 Illinois going against Penn, a number 14 seed.
Is Illinois that good?
Illinois is pretty fucking good.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. All right. I mean, Penn is a what is that, Quaker League or fucking Ivy League?
The Ivy League, yep.
I mean, holy shit, but good luck for them, Probably taking Illinois there. I haven't a clue. But good for Illinois.
Yeah. Illinois is currently favored by 22.5.
I see that.
Yeah, I mean they're good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Getting into the bottom end of the bracket here, we have number 7 St. Mary's going against number 10 Texas A&M.
Now these are typically 7-10 matchups. Are typically like not conference winners, and they're just there. I don't know anything about either of these teams. St. Mary's is usually always like, decent.
Yeah.
Texas A&M is a 10 seed. I'm assuming they're one of the lower ones that got in. I wouldn't know anything about these teams. I'll have to take a look at records, etc. But
yeah, I'd probably take a flyer on St. Mary's, but that's just me. They're favored by 2.5, if that counts for anything. Houston is actually one of the best defensive teams in the nation. They come in at a number 2 seed, and they are going against the Vandals of Idaho, the number 15 seed.
Kelvin Sampson's been there as a head coach, damn near won it last year. I mean, give the man his due. He's a 2 seed again. It is what it is. Like, he knows how to fucking coach. He gets really good recruits down in there. Houston was nothing before he showed up.
Yeah, they were nothing for a while before he showed up.
That bracket, I'm not going to give anything away, but Houston's might come out of there in the Final Four. And again, for those who are listening this far in or whatever, you can put as many brackets as you want in our little fucking WIdiots thing at ESPN. Don't give a fuck. There's no money involved. It's just bragging rights. So
pretty much.
Have at it.
Yep. I think I'm going to take Florida coming out of the South. I think a Florida-Houston matchup will be pretty good for the Elite Eight. So,
yep,
that's kind of where I'm at on that one.
Yep. We're going west now?
Yes, sir. Arizona, the number 1 seed, going against Long Island, the 16 seed.
I mean, I don't even know. Take the points, right? 30?
Yeah, 29.5 for Arizona. I would take them by a mile. Yeah. According to the guys at CBS, Arizona is probably the most physical team in the tournament.
They're good. They were 22-0 before they lost ish. They've been good for a while. They get top-notch recruits. I don't know who their coach is because Sean Miller got the boot.
Right.
But at the same time, they've dominated this year. There's no reason to. I mean, Jesus Christ. Who knows? But yeah, they're going to win that game. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, by quite a bit.
Yep.
Next up, we have number 8 Villanova against number 9 Utah State. Utah State's currently favored. I got to see a little bit of that game last night. I would probably say that Utah State gets the edge here from me. Nova's pretty good, though. I mean, can't go against Villanova.
Nova's good. If Jay Wright was still there, I'd pick Jay Wright because he's got 2 national titles, but whatever. 8, 9, 8.
It's a pick'em.
Yeah, it's a pick'em.
Next up, we got number 5 Wisconsin, which I figured a 6 seed was going to be their ceiling, but that exceeded my expectations. So they get a 5 seed. They're going against High Point, who is the 12 seed. Currently, Wisconsin is favored by 11.5, but you got a matchup of 2 very high scoring teams here.
Yeah, and look, I knock on the Badgers again for their recruitment in state is one thing, but sneakily they do pretty good in the NIL.
Mm-hmm.
They do oddly very well. They're in a cold weather environment, so it's not like we're attracting people because of our beaches.
Right.
But Greg Gard has done a pretty fantastic job the last 3-ish years, whatever. 5 seed, it is what it is. I was talking with Corey before the camera started. No one knows what the fuck High Point is, where it is. I have no idea about them. Badgers by 20.
Yeah, I'm most likely taking them there, probably not much further. Because up next we have number 4 Arkansas, led by new coach John Calipari.
Yep.
Going against number 13 seed Hawaii. And Arkansas just won the SEC tournament.
Yep. And Hawaii would have almost had to win their tournament as a 13th seed, right? Yeah. They're not coming in. I don't know their record. I don't know anything about them. But again, same thing. Calipari, been there with multiple programs, high-end programs. He's got Arkansas there. I would take them probably a couple victories at this point. But
yeah.
Calipari is the one coach where I get a little bit scared because his teams are very often not able to produce what they need to do in the tournament. And that's scary. He is the one coach like that. You won't see that out of Rick Pitino's teams.
Right. I mean, he had the hottest Kentucky team ever going into that 2015 tournament, and they got steamrolled by the Badgers.
Yep.
In the Final Four. So, I mean,
yep,
he has no problem getting deep, but very rarely does he get the chip, if you will.
Yep. Ooh, BYU.
Yep, we got BYU at a 6 seed going against a team to be determined, which if we scroll all the way down here.
Texas or NC State.
Yes, sir.
Texas was like, were they highly rated early on or no?
Yeah, then they took a pretty big stumble.
I mean, if Texas wins, and then they...
Beth is here.
Beth
she says High Point is in North Carolina.
Okay, calm down, Beth. Well, thank you for Googling it for us, but it don't matter where they're at. They're still probably going to lose. But Jesus Christ, how many colleges D1 basketball they got in North Carolina? Holy fuck!
It's a hotbed, dude.
I guess so. I don't see that, but yeah, Texas could win too. Beat BYU. Gonzaga, Gonzaga's the one where it's like, Gonzaga could. Man, Mark Few is their coach, and he's been there for years and years and years. And man, I think that's the one guy who's missing a championship.
Yeah, I would have thought I think it was maybe 2 years ago they would have gotten it.
Yeah, because they were like a 1 seed with a 1 loss or 2 losses or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my dad's favorite teams to watch in the tournament too. So
yeah,
I think it's just because he likes saying Gonzaga.
Yeah, in the bottom half of that bracket, if they play their game, they should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, Gonzaga's taking on Kennesaw State. Gonzaga's a 3, Kennesaw State's a 14. I think Gonzaga probably wins that one. That's no problem there.
Unless Bron Breaker comes out of the state or the back and plays basketball.
It suits up for Kennesaw State, yeah. Good old Bronson Rechsteiner.
But yeah, Miami, Missouri. I don't know anything about either of them programs. Miami favored by 2.5 here, 7-10. Kind of like the 8-9. It's kind of crapshoot.
Yeah, I mean, you can go either way on that one. I think that game is actually in St. Louis, so there's a slight home field advantage for Missouri.
Yep. And Purdue's facing Queens, which I think, like, what?
Yeah. I think it was Queens' first year of eligibility for the tournament, and they made it in.
Yeah, You know,
I think they get absolutely slaughtered by Purdue.
yeah, and I think Purdue, what, last year or a couple of years ago was their high point. I don't.
Yeah, that's when they had that big kid.
Yeah, Zaidi, who is
Yeah.
not doing anything in the NBA, but yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I think there's probably 3 teams there that could take it, but
Yeah, I mean, the way I'm looking at it, you're probably there. To me, there's no way it's not Arizona.
unless something weird happens, and I mean Arkansas, Arizona could be something happening there. Gonzaga, Arizona. Could be something.
We'll see. Those are possibilities. I kind of like the way Arizona looks, though. So, I mean, right now for me, I've got a 2 seed and 2 1s, which I almost never do. Usually when I do my brackets, I do the most unserious shit and pick like a random 13 seed to go to the Final Four. But I'm not seeing anything here that excites me yet. But we might get that in whatever play-in game has Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, geez, don't even get me started. It's coming up here. Where is it?
Yeah, they would be playing for the 11th seed in the Midwest bracket. So they're actually lining up to play BYU. Or no, Tennessee. I take that back. Yeah,
well,
they're going to play Tennessee.
SMU, Miami, but they're 31-1, which is a fucking joke that they have to play in. Like, that's a travesty.
Yeah, that I do not agree with that whatsoever. So the play-in game for the Midwest, which is the last bracket, we got Howard playing UMBC for the chance to go play Michigan and get run out of the gym.
Yeah.
I would say Michigan wins that one pretty easy.
Hopefully.
The 8-9 matchup is actually kind of fun. We have Georgia, number 8, going against number 9 St. Louis.
St. Louis was good early. They were almost like 15th in the nation at one point.
Yeah. Right now, UGA is favored by 2.5, so that one can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
The Texas Tech Red Raiders are coming in at number 5, going against number 12 Akron.
And keep in mind, folks, Akron, it's the Zips. I mean, if you're basing it on mascot names, Zips is probably at the top of the list.
Oh, easily.
So I don't know nothing about Texas Tech. I mean, it seems like the SEC, much like football, has every fucking team in this tournament. So whatever.
Right. Speaking of the SEC, next up we have number 4 Alabama taking on number 13 Hofstra.
I mean, that should be a cakewalk for Alabama. They were ranked very highly earlier in the year, a 4 seed, so they're no lower than 16, technically speaking. But they got talent.
Yeah, and they've been making pretty deep runs in the tournament lately, so I feel pretty good about them. Number 6, Tennessee, will most likely be going against Miami of Ohio. Here's my upset special. I'm taking Miami of Ohio to beat Tennessee.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, they're 30. I would last 31-1 is my guesstimate, and that's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It's a travesty that they have to play 3 games before they get anywhere. That's stupid.
Yeah. Next up, number 3, Virginia taking on number 14, Wright State. I know next to nothing about Wright State, but I assume Virginia is still being helmed by A. Bennett.
No, he's gone.
Oh, is he gone? All right. Well, then
I don't know if it was before last year or this year. Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, I have a little more faith in Virginia then.
Yeah, I haven't a clue. He won, got bounced as a 1 seed, and then he won the national title the next, and then 2 years later, he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I have no idea who their coach is. I know nothing about him, but as a 3 seed in the ACC, Duke, Carolina, Virginia, who the hell knows?"
Yeah. Then we go to the Last 7-10 matchup, we have number 7 Kentucky going against number 10 Santa Clara. UK is currently favored by 3.5, so Santa Clara must be halfway decent.
Yeah, in Kentucky, again, I don't know much about college hoops. I see blurbs here and there, very up and down. So
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick in that game. I haven't a clue.
Yeah, and then last but not least, we have number 2 Iowa State going against number 15 Tennessee State, which is kind of a fun matchup there.
I mean, Iowa State's favored by 23.5, so I don't know how fun it's going to be.
Yeah, but I just find it interesting that they're a number 2 seed. So
yeah, and no lower than 8, and they're in the what? What conference are they fucking in?
Big 12.
Big 12 still? Okay. They beat some teams, but they've lost to some teams. Are kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But, these two, hey, if you're a 1 or 2 seed, have at it. I'm certainly not picking you to lose to Tennessee State.
Right.
I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, for the Midwest bracket, I think Michigan would be a good pick. Alabama would be a good pick. Maybe take a flyer on Virginia. I don't know enough about Iowa State to completely love them.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go a little out of the box here. Miami of Ohio will come in as an 11 off of the play-in game. Give me Miami of Ohio for a run of the ages.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get to that Elite Eight and, beat Michigan.
Yeah. Well, they won. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I got you.
Yeah. If they get that far and then beat Michigan and get all the way in. I mean,
those teams like that where they're the mid-major or whatever you want to fucking call them, and they got 1 or 2 losses, but they got 30 wins. There's really only 2 ways they can go. They're going to get bounced in the first 2 rounds, or they're going to go damn near all the way.
Right. And I feel it pretty good. I would still take. For me, I'm probably looking at. Michigan's kind of banged up, so you know what? Give me the upset special. I'm going to take Miami of Ohio coming out of the Midwest.
The good thing is, Corey, we ain't playing for money. We're playing for bragging rights, so we can enter as many fucking brackets as we want. I love it. I love the gusto there. Yes. Boy, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little middle finger to the selection committee. Because honestly, if you're a mid-major and you finish the season with 1 loss, you should get an auto bid.
At least
your conference tournament.
At least a 5 seed.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But what's next on the schedule here of talking points, Corey?
All right, we are gonna. Well, you know what? We're going to get into Snowmageddon here.
Oh.
Now, I know you're not seeing a whole hell of a lot down in your neck of the woods.
I'm near Dane. I can spit on Dane County, ish. We had 1/2 inch most of the day. From 3 to 4, we probably went to about 2 inches.
Plus you had freezing rain from this morning.
We had freezing rain, but it wasn't like that. I took out my dog, whom I don't know where he's at. I think he's hiding behind a pill. But I took out the dog for a walk at 1:30, and it's slush. It was slush.
It's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
And then Dana says it's fucking heavy, which
I would agree.
It's accurate. It's heavier than shit. But yeah, there wasn't an inch, but it was just slush. It wasn't freezing actually, but we had freezing rain, and it's windier and shit. It's been windy all day, but I would say we got and it snowed from about 2 to 3. Like it was good stuff. But we still only got 2 inches total. So what about you?
We probably clocked in at around 6 to 8 inches around here by the time things wrapped up for the first round, right around 2 o'clock. So we've been sitting in a dry slot for about the last 4 hours.
Yeah.
The winds have picked up a little bit. I would say if there was not that switch over to the wintry mix, we probably would have been sitting in that 10 to 12 inch range. Because after I woke up this morning at 8 o'clock, we had thunder snow, we had lightning. I mean, it was a damn snow globe out here.
Yeah.
For a good 4 hours.
Yep. And I've been paying attention to like Wausau weather, Monaco weather. Talked with my Kendall people. They had a foot before fucking noon. It appeared. It's weird because like it was going north and then all of a sudden it came back south, and so now you're getting hit. The Kendall people are getting hit, and Wausau got smashed. They set a record today for daily snowfall total, and the day ain't even over. So, it's been awesome.
Right? Yeah. I mean, there's still like 5 hours left in the day now, so they got a chance to truly break it. So based on information that I've been seeing from NWS Lacrosse, Channel 15 out of Madison, and shout out to Weatherman Sam on Facebook. He's a really good independent local forecaster. Does a lot of the severe weather work.
Which one was that?
Weatherman Sam.
Oh, he's out of Crownenwetter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. He's actually out of Madison area.
Which the fuck one am I thinking of then?
I'm not entirely sure. But this guy's based out of like Cedar Grove area, or kind of down in that Cottage Grove area is where he's at. But he's been doing a lot of good work over the last couple of years. Does a lot of really good tornado reporting around here. But he's been on he's been on top of this storm since about Tuesday. And he's only had to adjust his totals like a couple times. And what he was seeing today in the model runs is that instead of what appeared to be the low pressure system coming in between Milwaukee and Chicago, it's actually going south of Chicago now, which is going to bring us more snow. It's going to bring you more snow. And current projections for that blast of snow from tonight, whenever it starts, right around 7 or 8 o'clock, until tomorrow morning, we're looking at another 8 to 13 plus inches.
Yes. And I believe the one I am thinking of is Weatherman Chase out of Crownenwetter. And he has, I don't know if it's family or whatever, but they have a place in Mercer. And they had, holy shit, they had so much snow. But yeah, I think it's Chase is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, and I'm just going to refresh the page on NWS Lacrosse here. So currently where we stand, everybody from Juneau County where I'm at, down to the state line currently is in a winter storm warning. Anybody north and west of Lacrosse is currently under a blizzard warning. That includes a pretty good chunk of southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa. That includes some of my dudes over there in Winona. So I think I don't think there's going to be any pest work being done in Winona tomorrow. Got a feeling.
No, I talked with my friend. He's in Thorpe. was at a gun raffle last night in Balsam Lake, and it took him 3 hours to get home. Got home at 1 a.m., and it usually takes him about an hour and a half. So,
Right.
and he probably had about 10 inches on the ground this morning. And same thing for everybody. There was that boom, and then there was the lull during the day that, we're still in right now, and we're all bracing for the nightcap, which they say is going to be just as bad. So,
yep, I'm actually going to pull that up right now. There is looks to be a pretty fresh briefing from the National Weather Service. The title is Blizzard Conditions Later Today into Monday AM. So I'm going to pull that up real quick here. Key points here. Blizzard conditions becoming increasingly likely, plus 80% this afternoon into tonight as winds increase from north to northwest. Greatest blizzard impacts, of course, in open and exposed areas. Highest snowfall reports of 12 to 20 plus inches have been reported in a narrow band from southeast Minnesota into central Wisconsin this morning. I'll pull up those snow reports here in a little bit. There may be a break in the snow, which we talked about, picking up again later this afternoon, evening. Total snow amounts of 18 to 24 plus inches within this band and 6 to 12 plus inches elsewhere. Snow ends Monday morning. Periods of strongest winds tonight with gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour are strongest west of the Mississippi. And widespread travel impacts expected through tonight and Monday morning. And I think most of northern Wisconsin is still shut down as of this show.
True.
So what I'm seeing here is
anything north of fucking Point is donezo. This
yeah, no doubt. It doesn't look like they've updated their snow reports since 2:00 this afternoon. So I'm thinking we probably have a little more in the offing here. And they're pretty much just kind of repeating themselves over and over. It looks like the snow will be ending for our area and probably your area about 2:00 tomorrow. So get your plows ready.
Oh, my plow's born ready.
Yeah, and it looks like now National Weather Service appears to be thinking that we're not gonna get as much overnight as some of the other forecasters have put out. I'd be very surprised if we got anything less than 6 inches. Not that it'll be at all measurable on account of the wind. But we do have a report from today at 6:33 p.m. So just a few minutes ago, Marinette, Wisconsin is coming in with 28 inches.
Dude.
Spalding, Michigan's got 26. Crivet's coming in with 25. Wazaki, Wisconsin coming in at 25 and a half. Or no, 25. Weston, Wisconsin, which is right out there by Wausau, they clocked in at 3:03 p.m. this afternoon with 24 and a half. Sister Bay reported 24 inches as of 2:00. Washington Island, Wisconsin, 24 inches. Abrams, Wisconsin, 24 inches. 5 miles northwest of Rib Mountain State, 24 inches. Swamico, 23 inches. White Lake, 23. Wausau, 23. Christie, 23. Wausau again, 22.2, which was enough to break their record. Other points of interest, Loyal came in at 22. Mondovi came in at 21.7. And Gillette coming in at 21.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, even Alma had picked up 20 inches.
Yeah.
So I mean that that area around Eau Claire has just been getting absolutely spiked.
Yeah, my buddy's dad up there is just south of Eau Claire by 15 minutes, and he said they had what 18 inches or 20 something. And he's half hour away, and it was just that much of a difference. But who knows? Good to see some snow. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and just going to check in a little bit here with Channel 15 out of Madison. Pretty much snow chances stay above 44% through the evening. Temperatures are going to drop. The winds are going to get heavier, so you're going to be getting into those pretty hefty wind chills. I mean, it looks like it's going to be snowing, according to them. The snow chances actually get greater after 1 a.m. So we've got 95% chance, 97% chance, all the way through about 9 a.m. And then things start to chill out after that. So, I mean, going to be looking at quite a bit coming. I feel like we're going to be getting another foot of snow here, if I'm completely honest. And my work truck is already squatting on account of how much snow is sitting on it.
Excellent.
I mean, every school in the area has already closed for tomorrow. Damn near every bar in the area has closed today.
Terrible.
I mean, down south they have the Waffle House Index. Up here we have the Dive Bar Index. So if the dive bars are closing, that's trouble. Because even Boondocks closed today.
That's serious issues right there, Corey.
You know it. Yeah, Boondocks closed today. I think Body Shop closed. Everybody closed. Walmart obviously did not close.
No.
Oh, and Cohen says that he is thanking you for calling no school for him.
Hey,
I do believe we made that call on Friday night.
we did make that call on Friday. I said, Cohen, don't worry about it. You ain't going to school Monday. And some bitch, there it is, you know? Man, good job, Cohen.
All right. So we'll see what actually pops up tomorrow. Maybe if we I don't know, if we break a foot out here on top of the 8 or so inches that we already got, you know, maybe we'll do another special report, provided I don't die trying to uncover all my vents on this fucking house.
Epic.
Which the furnace vents sit about 2 or 3 feet off the ground, so I feel pretty good about that. But
Should.
the dryer vent's another story, but I already got that uncovered, and I'm not doing laundry again until Tuesday. So, but last but not least for tonight for the big discussion, we did have an event at OBI last night. We had a couple of people come in and do the Ghostly Shenanigans tour with myself and the Mad City Ghostbusters. That includes Scotty Rourke, the psychic medium, Gail Burkle, another great medium, Tyler, Eric. We had a pretty solid team there. We had 2 people that came in. One that had actually done ghost hunting in Savannah, Georgia before, so she was pretty excited to check the place out. Quite a bit of activity throughout the course of the evening. For myself personally, I felt a few different presences, especially in the basement. One, I got touched a few different times. One spirit had put their hand on my shoulder. Another one stood directly behind me. Another one grabbed my ass. And this was all in the basement. And there was a 6-foot figure kind of sitting in a corner that we're not able to get into. Just kind of standing there and staring at me. And I was able to verify that with equipment plus Scotty, who was sitting right by me. So we definitely had quite a bit of activity in the basement. Yes, Angie and Dan were there, Beth, and they were able to get an SLS photo of a spirit sitting in one of the bar chairs, namely the one that Beth usually sits on. So yeah, D'Angela did get a that's a mashup of Dan and Angela. Managed to get something last night. They'll be coming back to do an actual ghost hunt with us, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I already like Angie; she's a trip, so this should be good. Um, but as for the rest of the night, we finished the night up in the brothel, um, where we encountered 2 child spirits playing hide and seek. One of which was actually hiding under the chair I was sitting on, and little Snot reached out and grabbed the back of my pant leg and gave it a tug. I'm not kidding. Then I went ahead and did Estes method there for a little bit. So I was fully immersed. I had a pair of goggles on that were just flashing red lights, and I couldn't see anything around me. Had the headphones on. Heard the name James come over, which didn't really hit for anybody apparently. And then for like a brief second, while I was under Estes method, we were using the SB11, which is one of those white noise type of deals. And for about half a second, I heard one of the closing notes of Somebody to Love by Queen. Typically on the SB11, you do not hear music because it doesn't go through like the radio stations. But I damn sure heard Somebody to Love for like half a second. So I don't know if maybe that was meant to be a message or anything. I'm not sure. Did get a few different great pictures throughout the night. There was a orb that only showed up in photo, but not to the naked eye, that we don't think was dirt or anything like that. So that was pretty interesting. Got that SLS picture that Beth mentioned. Overall, a pretty active night, and the good news is, folks, the weather's actually supposed to be really good next Saturday. So we already have opened up ticket buying for next Saturday night. There will be a mini ghost hunt, most likely led by yours truly. And that includes a presentation before we go upstairs and do an investigation in the brothel. So, Kevin, again, you are invited. Beth should get on this shit and actually buy a ticket and come with me.
Hey, it's her birthday, allegedly. Allegedly. We're gonna need birth certificates to verify this, Beth. That's all I'm saying.
So yeah, I think there is I think this is just as good a time as any to get you in the OBI again. And just as good an opportunity as any to get Beth up there. It'll be a good time. I want to try to get at the very least 6 people on this ghost hunt. So if I can have 2 guaranteed going in, Kevin.
I'll have to see. I'll
I mean,
have to.
the mini ghost hunt runs about $20.
We shall see. Dang, Beth's
Beth, if I'm
birthday.
not mistaken, we'll be getting that off the ground at like 7:30, I think. So it'll go 7:30 to 9.
Bowling turn. Jesus, Beth, that fucking bowling season's got to be done. Like,
Yeah, I thought the kid was at state last weekend.
Jesus Christ. Whew.
Yeah, she'll be home by then, so it's all good.
Good God.
Oh shit, 4 different state tourneys.
Oh,
That's interesting.
there ain't no 4 different ones. Good Lord.
Well, either way, that is the plan for next Saturday. So anybody that's out there listening today, tonight, tomorrow, whatever, ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. We're gonna have another 1.5 foot of snow on the ground, so you ain't going nowhere. Join me at OBI on Saturday. Get in on the mini ghost tour, mini ghost hunt, and then get out of it. And as far as Friday goes, we can go ahead and preview Friday night. We've got the return of Florida Man versus Midwest Guy. I will actually make great strides to actually prepare for this event. So we got that. Got the return of Spooky Time, which Kev, I already tagged you in a story. I think that's what we're going to use on Friday night. So make sure to read up on that one.
Yeah, I did.
We'll just kind of keep it hush hush until then. Not sure about taste tests as of yet. Maybe might get something. I might. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then as far as Mount Rushmores,
Tag teams.
we have tag teams. Pro wrestling tag teams is the Mount Rushmore of the week as we stumble our way into WrestleMania season. They just put a little extra juice on the WWE title match on Friday night. Randy Orton turned heel for the 48th time in his career. But it was a pretty good closing segment, so I'll give it to him for this one. So it's Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Sounds like they're setting up something between Jelly Roll and The Miz, which is going to be hilarious.
Yes.
We've already got CM Punk versus Roman Reigns heating up. The potential return of Seth Rollins going against either Logan Paul or Braun Breaker if Braun Breaker gets back from his hernia injury quick enough. Seth Rollins is actually still a couple weeks away from getting fully cleared himself. So that shit's kind of up in the air. Because it was an actual injury this time. So yeah, I don't know. The Mania card's looking decent. It's still a 2-night marathon, so whatever. And I'm not gonna watch it on ESPN Plus. I refuse to, because I'm not gonna pay extra money for 2 nights of that shit.
That's ESPN. Fuck them people.
Well, I mean, we are using their tournament bracket pick'em, so we're not gonna fuck them too hard until after April 1st.
Yes. I mean, they've had that. They've had the bracket though for like available. That's been years and years. But man, everything ESPN now you got to pay for, and it's an arm and a leg for what you get. It's just crazy.
Yeah, thankfully, ESPN Fantasy is still free. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's still free. You can still get in there and do your pick'em and your tournaments and all that shit, which is a pretty pretty nice little tip of the cap there for the true sports fan. As far as anything else goes, we'll be able to go through and name off everybody that joined our tournament pick'em. I think by the time we get on the air Friday night, we'll be almost completely done with the first round. There'll be a few games left while we're on the air, so that'll be interesting. I might have one of the games live going on either TNT, TBS, or CBS. I don't know. We'll have to see. Suddenly, I cannot change channels on my terrestrial TV, so we'll have to see what else I can come up with there. But I'm trying to avoid getting Paramount Plus. But if I have to, I have to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that being said, enjoy the rest of the snowstorm. It's a week early this year because typically we get a giant snowstorm right around the state boys basketball tournament, which is this coming Saturday. But we already got it a week ahead of time. The weather's going to be beautiful this coming weekend. But while we're coming out of the big snowstorm, coming in through tomorrow afternoon, if you have a neighbor out there that's having a hard time getting around, help them out, plow out their driveway, shovel their sidewalk, whatever. If you have a neighbor that can't quite get out, but you have extra food, by all means, help them out as well. I just saw that comment. Yeah, okay, so Beth, I can actually accept the United States losing to the Dominican Republic in baseball because Dominicans are really good at baseball, but I cannot accept United States losing to freaking Italy. I don't like that, but whatever. I mean, you would think if we invented a sport, we could actually be good at it and beat everybody else, but apparently that's not the case. But anyway, folks, feel free to join in on our tournament challenge. I do have the link up on the Facebook page, so get in there, check it out. They will ask you for a password. I do have the password listed, but it is taste test, capital T on taste, capital T on test, 01. That's all one word, and that's a 01, not an 01. So taste test 01. Get on it. Pick the games, and rest assured that Kevin and I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. So if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, it's a free for all. Enjoy. Hopefully somebody that didn't expect to win wins. That's all we're looking for. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on over there, but apparently Kevin's having himself a good old time over there.
No, I'm dabbing, just dabbing.
Yeah, it's just dabbing. But that being said, this was a special edition of the Widiots. Tell us also if you enjoy these random pop-ins. With Kevin having a little more free time, we might do a few more shows. Just for the fun of it, we'll just take one subject and run with it, which I think might be a worthy venture. And beyond that, maybe it'll just become a special taste test show on Sundays. Who the hell knows? So you guys give your thoughts on that. We're just trying to find ways to expand the footprint, if you will, and give you guys the entertainment you so sorely deserve. So that being said, thanks everybody that came in during the live recording. Anybody that comes in later, enjoy it. You'll have my thoughts on the NCAA tournament, Kevin's thoughts on it. And until Friday, we'll catch you down the road.